boys and girls. This is Mrs. Tainatungo, and this is our social studies for Monday. We're going to start talking about Jamestown. Jamestown is one of the first first settlements here in America by England. Okay, so when you hear the word founded, that means that it was created or they started a city or a settlement. Okay, so this all started with the Virginia colony receiving a charter from King James I to start a settlement in America. What a charter is a piece of paper that gives a group certain rights. The king or queen claim the land, even though there are natives living there. 1607 is when this happened. Jamestown was founded. It was named after King James I of England, and it includes Jamestown and the area around it. Why did they start Jamestown? They hoped to make money searching for gold, silver, and copper. They had heard the Spanish had found these things and they were looking for them then too. They claimed land and resources for England, and they wanted to teach Christianity to natives. 100 men were in the first group, and it took them 18 weeks to travel from England to America. There were troubles in starting Jamestown. Gentlemen were in the group. Gentlemen were of noble birth, and they didn't work. So most of the men that went along on this were just there for the adventure. They were called gentlemen. They didn't do hard work. Building and the hard work that needed to be done was done by only a few people, building houses, farming, finding water, making clothes. They had natives around them. Chief Powhatan was leader over the Powhatan chiefdom, and a chiefdom is a group of tribes ruled by one leader. They were friendly to the settlers. They invited them to eat with them, had celebrations with them, offered food to them, and helped them with hunting and farming. They actually helped a small group survive through the first winter because they were busy hunting for gold and not farming crops. So John Smith was in this group. He noticed the roles of the native men and women and how they worked together to be successful. There were problems in Jamestown. Some of the people were more interested in adventure than working, so they wanted to go find gold. They wanted to go do other things. The people of Jamestown did not keep the water clean, so sickness came on, and they didn't wash very often, so disease came in. They were searching for gold, so they didn't plant crops. In the summer of 1607, there are only 38 settlers left because they didn't have enough food. They had dirty water. They were too busy hunting for gold when, surprise, surprise, there was no gold to be found. This came into the starvation time. A drought hit the area. What's a drought? A time where there's very little rain. If there's very little rain, you can't grow as much in the crops. So the Powhatan natives could not harvest as much corn or crops. And because they didn't have as much food, they couldn't share as much with the settlers. So John Smith came up with the saying, if you don't work, you don't get food. He made people build houses, plant crops, and help out. That helped with the survival of the colony. Powhatan moved his troops farther away from Jamestown for protection from settlers, and they started to attack the natives for land and food. In 1609, Virginia colony had more settlers come. They were saved from starvation due to more supplies coming with ships. They still lost many people to starvation due to crops not being planted soon enough and Powhatans not giving them food. The settlers started to eat anything to survive. Shoes, snakes, anything they could find, they would start eating. In 1610, the starving time ended due to new ships with food and supplies. The colony started to grow because the settlers started killing natives and taking their land and food, which was not a good thing. The land belonged to the natives. They should have left it there, but they didn't. So the order of events for today, the charter was given to the Virginia colony. Settlers met up with the Powhatan tribes. Settlers chose a site for Jamestown, and then the starvation time due to not enough food and drought. So now I want you to go to IXL and do the social studies skill that is marked, okay? I believe it's M1, but I'm not positive, so I'll put it in the notes for today's assignments, okay? Have a great day.